Hey, Debra D here. I'm starting an exciting new series about making music. And I thought I could share some of the things I've learned along my journey and continue to learn with all of my fans who are very creative, and I get so many DMs about how to do different things, from branding to marketing to actually recording, and who to record with and how do you know, and all these kinds of questions. So I thought I would take some inspiration from this song that you hear, Quad Debz. And you know, a lot of you have basically enthusiasm and love for being able to create music. And I think that is inspiring, and it's great for everybody. So don't lose that. Go out there and find that passion and maximize your passion. So today we're going to talk about very important subjects in creating music. I know we all want to think about the Cinderella story or that story, The Great American Dream, where, you know, you wake up one morning, you're hit with a song and you got these lyrics, and then you just hear this beat in your head, and so you just like sit down, you got a guitar or you start humming it, and pretty soon, oh my gosh, you put out something on the radio, and pretty soon, oh my goodness, you know, the record labels are knocking down the doors. Well, that's a great dream, and it does happen. But I think the likelihood of that happening today, given the fact that you've got so much competition and there's so many new things that you have to be aware of in music and music publication and music writing and all of these things, that, you know, your chances of being very successful, and whoever your idol is, I don't care if it's Drake, Cardi B, Kanye, the notorious B.I.G., whoever you think is your inspiration. Could be Axl Rose, could be a lot of different people. The main thing is that you have to be realistic, and it's not just about the artistic side, it's about the business side, and it's about the economics, and it's about being the best artist you can be. But you know, you could be an impresario and still never go anywhere if you don't brand yourself and if you don't market yourself. So what I wanted to talk about today is, where do I need to be? The 3 top most important places to be when you create and you put out your music. Number 1, Spotify. You must have a Spotify artist channel. Number 2, I would say YouTube music channel. And they now have an artist channel, which is phenomenal. And then number 3, TikTok. TikTok is incredible. A lot of record labels are actually hunting out talent right there. So these 3 places are where people in the music industry who are looking for fresh, new songs, new tracks, new images, that's where they're looking. They're looking in those 3 places. Those are really huge things right now. So if you're not there, you must get there. You must be able to present your music in a way where people can find it and know the lyrics, and then be able to enjoy it and understand what your message is. So on social media, those are the 3 main places that you're going to want to focus right now. Now, the other thing that's super important is, a lot of you people might be sitting at home going, well, geez, you know, I've got these ideas for songs. I don't really know who to reach out to. I don't know how to get started. I'm really at a loss. Well, we've all been there. And, you just can't go and put ads in the paper for a guitarist, a drummer, whatever. I mean, there's different ways and different platforms online to be able to find people. Then the next problem is how do you know these people are legit? Because you want to be able to enter into an agreement with them. You want to have something signed. You want to know that once you get done with all this hard work or collaboration, that you actually have legal rights to be able to record it, produce it, and distribute the music that you've worked so hard on, the music that you've put your whole heart and soul into. So like my song, Claude Doves, there are so many different aspects. First they had an inspiration. First they sit down and I said, I'm going to write a song about something near and dear to my heart, family relationships. Being able to tell your child who's out there lost in the world somewhere, or out there convinced that the world's a better place than what the mom or the dad or the family can bring to that person who's growing and changing and transitioning, and there's just a whole host of things going on, right? Home is usually the safe place, and once you launch out on your own, and my song is about not facing everything alone, and how parents do worry about you, and how whether even if it's not a parent-child relationship, it could be a spouse, it could be significant others. But the point is, one person's worried about the other person and they're out looking all over hell trying to find, where did this person go? How can I help this person? So that's the concept of my song, Claude Doves. Now, when I wrote down lyrics, I was like, I really need people to work with on lyrics. And I need people to bounce things off of. Well, if you live in a place like Omaha, Nebraska, it's really hard to find people that are fresh and savvy about the latest lyrics. You'd much rather probably work with somebody in Los Angeles, New York, London. I mean, there's all kinds of opportunity to work with people all over the world. So how do you know what's a legit site to go to? So Spotify, and being part of that Spotify family is really important. It's a nice option if you don't know anyone, if you don't have friends, or if you're not like in a group or a band already, or if you want to add to your group or your band. Where can you go look for some talent? There's some amazing talent available through Spotify through an arm called soundbetter.com. So if you get online, go to soundbetter.com. On soundbetter.com, which again is a part of Spotify. Spotify's out there trying to help artists be successful, be creative, and be able to, this is important, own the rights to your music, to your lyrics, and to being able to distribute that. So if you go on soundbetter.com, open up an account. If you're looking to write lyrics, you can type in that you want somebody who does lyrics. You can then go through the database and see the profiles. If you want somebody who's really good with drums, or somebody who is a guitarist, if you want somebody who can do a riff, whatever you're looking for, as long as you can classify it, put it into the search engine there, and go ahead and look that up. Then you've got options. Then you can take a look. Everybody has a different vibe on there, so you have to be careful to read the person or persons that you're interested in. Let's say you kind of shortlist some things. So the person that is writing lyrics for you or with you, trying to take your ideas and make them polished or make them more widely acceptable perhaps, or more catchy than what you've got there. You have to make sure that they are set up in a way that you will own all the rights. That's number one thing you want to get out of the way. These people are a work for hire. These people, quote unquote, that's a term for when you go to get your music copyrighted through the US copyright, usgov.com. You want to go on and copyright everything once you get everything put together. So make sure that the lyricist you hire, the guitarist, backup singers, whatever you're looking for, that you can own all the rights. Make sure that that's clear at the very beginning. Now, let's say you want to write a track. Let's say you have no piano. Let's say you're just really great at lyrics, but you suck at making music. So on soundbetter.com, they have wonderful, very talented people who, by the way, go under, the radar, that could be A-listers right up in there. Some of the biggest names in rock history are on there doing work for people. Why? Because they love to create. Why? Because they love to help other artists and they love music. So, and I've personally run into 2 of those people who have helped me on 3 of my songs. And I gotta tell you, I was just so blown away to be able to work with these folks. I just was honored and impressed. And one of them helped me on Grandma's Love and helped me on Tonight. So once you kind of find all of that and you put that together, another interesting feature Spotify has is they now offer a thing called Canvas. And a Canvas artist is available on Spotify. So it's a special little video that plays in a vertical format, and it's only 3 to 8 seconds, but it loops continuously while your song is playing on Spotify. So if somebody's streaming, if there's a member of Spotify, they're streaming your song and they're vibing to it, you want them to have this great visual image of your song, your music, so that they can instantly connect with it visually and through the sound, right? You want audio-visual connection. So there's also canvas artists on there that can make these amazing canvases for you. You will see them in all my new songs that are out there today. So Nothing at All, In Love with Me, Bullets and Booze, Come Home, and you'll see that my last one that's coming out is called Going Off. You'll see that one coming out here just in time for Thanksgiving. So all of these things are a wonderful one-stop shop place you can go, and you can find people that are reputable, very talented, but you can actually get signed contractual agreements with, so that you know that you own what you pay for. And there's different things that you can buy when you go to record music. So for example, if you're on there and you want to hire somebody to record from scratch, boom, you can give them some chords, you can sit down at the piano, you can, share some music with them that you've already kind of maybe dabbled in a little bit. But the point is, you've got a big repository. You can select from people from London, Spain, anywhere on the planet. You can select from some excellent talent. The only challenge that I have found, and I would recommend to be careful, is that if you use somebody from another country, the time zones are a bitch. It's hard to be very collaborative and work with people when there's anywhere from 6 to 12 hours difference And it gets a little bit challenging trying to work and make sure everything's exactly, synced up in the way that you want it. So I prefer to work with people that are closer to home here, and I prefer to work with people that I can trust and I know, and I make sure that I have signed contracts on everything so they 100% own all my music. So try out soundbetter.com. You can also then, once you get your music all put together, you can also look for sound engineers on there. You can look for people who produce, who mix the music. If you want to have a sound like The Weeknd, which I love, he puts a lot of reverb in of his songs. Or if there's certain other techniques that you like, there's just some of these old technologies that now are all synthesized, like air harps and air harmonicas and these bubbly weird sounds, right? All of that used to have to be done on the mic with, foot pedals and all these other things, but now you don't have to do that. Now you can just get a plug in, boom, do it, and you're set to go. But the point is, if you are missing some component to make your music, go over to Sound Better, check it out, see if there's people there that you can work with. I have worked with many people on there. I have found backup singers. I have found very credible people on beats. Now, the beats, you can buy them outright. Most of those run around $2,000 to $2,500. Or you can buy a usage of it, and then you have to be careful about usage because there's certain limited rights to that you have. So you might not fully be able to distribute, and you might not fully be able to accumulate the streaming. You might have to do a share of the revenue from the streams if you don't own 100% of the beat. So you need to be aware of that so that you don't get yourself in a predicament. That's bad news when you put all your hard-earned money into something and then you are sitting there going, oh, I didn't realize, oh my gosh. And then you have to go try to take care of it on the back end. It's never good. But take a look at those options. Let me know if you have questions. I love the process of creating music, and I love working with other artists. I think it's one of the best things in the world. The other thing too that myself and some of the other creators are doing nowadays is, it's great to work in teams. So if you are up and you're going to go perform and you want somebody to perform with you, you can reach out to other performers. So if I wanted to, for example, work with John Legend, or if I wanted to go work with Snoop Dogg, or whoever, right? Hypothetically, you just have your manager call their manager and say, hey, we want to do this thing. Is that a possibility? Then it comes down to how much would that cost, and here's the music, it's those kind of discussions. So if you don't have a manager, if you're just starting out, there are many, celebrities that would still work with you, or artists that are known that would still work with you and probably be honored to work with you. So never let things stop you. Keep believing in yourself and in your talent. And believe me, I've had people tell me that I suck, I don't know this, I don't know that. Well, I don't claim to know anything. I just claim to know that when I'm inspired to write some lyrics, when I have a beat in my head, I know the right people to go to, and I know places to go to now. And that took me a long time to figure that out. And it also took me a long time to realize that some people who say they can do these things get stuck and they can't do them. So I have run up against, people I've contracted with who left me high and dry, and then there I was, out 1,000 here, out 1,000 there. That doesn't work out too good when you're working really hard, to break into an industry. But I was honored that MTV came to me back in 2016, late 2016, and said, hey, Deb, we would like you to go on and do a special. We want to do a special on you called Being Debra, and we want to follow you for 48 hours. We would like to see you write, compose, perform a new song, and make a music video. So that's how Debz OG came about. 48 hours, my team and I, out of Jackson, Mississippi, did all of this, 48 hours. So you can go on YouTube Music, you can see Debz OG Rap, and you can see where we filmed, and it's all part of Being Debra, the Being Debra special. So that was in 2017 in February when I officially launched my music. And today I'm doing my first album this year, and I'm really excited. All songs are original. All songs are about relationships in my life and overcoming bad relationships. Let's face it, we all get into bad relationships. Could be family, could be romantic, but my album is really about, okay, I had a bad relationship, here's what I've done now, I'm the new person, I'm a better person for it, and I'm moving forward. So take those things in your life that you know best, sing about it, write about it, because that intense experience brings value to other people when you sing it and share it, shout it and rap it and record it. You're connecting with the rest of humanity, and that helps make the world a better place. So thank you for watching today. Next, we'll talk about some very important branding things that you should learn about, and talk about distribution. How do you get your music out there once you've created it, and what to look out for. So have an awesome week creating. Ciao from Debra D.